my friends for participating in this contest. I am Keira from Islamic elementary school, and today I am going to share a story. Can you guess what story I am going to share to you all? Well, you see, I am wearing my frog hoodie, so that means I'm going to share a story about the frog and the ox. Once upon a time, there lived a group of frogs in a beautiful pond. They lived happily all together, and they always helped each other with everything. However, all of the frogs were not the same. One of them was the thinnest of all. He can leap to the highest of the stones. Another one was the fastest of all. He can catch all of the flies before anybody can see them. And then there was Max. Max was the biggest among all. He had a dozen of flies for his meal every day, and most of the frogs were scared of him because of his size. However, Max loved the attention. He was too proud of himself, and he often made fun of the smaller frogs.
Oh, you can leap onto the highest stone? So if you were catched and chased by a big animal, you can run away fast? Well, I don't need that skill, because I am the biggest creature in this planet, and no one is as big as I am,
said Max. Do you think Max is the biggest animal on the planet? Asked one of the frogs. Well, I've never seen a bigger one, answered another frog. Yes, everyone was scared of him and always obeys him. And also, Max is very arrogant. Max has 4 children, and they always play with other frogs in the lake. How about we go play on the other side of the lake beyond that big tree? Suggested one of the frogs. I don't think I can do that. Mama said I have to play on this side of the pond. She'll be mad at me, answered another little frog. Don't worry, because my dad is the biggest creature in the world. If something goes wrong, we can call him, answered the frog. So, without wasting another minute, they ran to the other side of the pond beyond the big tree, and they jumped and played happily. Suddenly, the ground started shaking. Dunk, dunk, dunk. The children were terrified as they saw a big, weird-looking creature. Well, the creature is as big as the mountain and has 2 horns, and his belly wiggled on every step it took, and it made a loud noise. The children were very scared, so they ran to their daddy and said, "Father, Father," said one of the frogs.
What is it, my child?
I have seen a terrible-looking monster. It was as big as the mountain, and it was very scary. It has 2 horns, and it has 4 legs with big tail.
Tush, my child,
answered the big Max.
Well, that was only farmer's ox. Yeah, he is a little bit taller than I, but I can be bigger than him. Just you see, answered Max. So Max blew himself out, and blew himself out, and asked, My children, is this how big he is?
No, Father, he's very big, bigger, answered the child. So Max blew himself out, and again he asked to the child,
I'm sure he's as big as this.
No, bigger, Father, bigger. And then Max took a deep, deep breath tell that Max is super proud of himself. Too much! He also makes fun of other frogs that are not as big as him. And then, he is very, very arrogant. So, ladies and gentlemen, what is the moral of the story? The moral of the story is we should avoid such characters. Arrogance is not something you should follow. We should always be kind to people, and we should always think that we are not the only one who is the best. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I think that's the end of my story. Thank you so much for listening and have a nice day. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.